Islamism, wisdom, strength, and beauty. Hotep, Shalom Mishkai, peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses. I, self-law, and master, made, created, formed, and shaped the image and likeness of the Creator, Almighty, omnipotent, omniscient, one who is and was and will forever be. The All is one, in whose image I am on, live, led on, head, Allah. I reserve all of my rights without request, without prejudice. I'm going to work this out. So what I want to do is, I want to write an affidavit of proof of claim for Miss Lennox Bond. So I want this affidavit to say that I've been injured, and I require payment at once. So I'm sending this to the insurance company who the bond is through for the police officers, police chief, attorneys, judges, all of them. So once I get the bond back, after I send the demand for proof of oath and bond, and I'll have the bond number to add to this affidavit. Let's see. California Republic. And let's see. Los Angeles. CA. Let's see. We get it done as being duly sworn. Deposes and says, that I am the claimant herein, making claim Under bond number, and then I'm going to put the bond number once they reply to my demand for proof of oath of office and bond. Put the bond number right there. And claim number. Put my claim number right there. And that I live at the following address. Now I'll get the claim number from the insurance company after I get the proof of oath of office back and the bond. It'll have the insurance company's name on there. I'll call them and tell them I need to make a claim. They will give me a claim number and then they'll ask for this, and then I'll notarize it and I'll get it stamped at the Secretary of State, and I'll even perfect it if I have to at the State Department, Washington. The apostles, stamp, seal, whatever it is. We'll see. I live at the following address. I might just need to just get it notarized and Secretary of State. It should be alright. And then let's see, I'll put my address. To that. And let's see, I'm going to put the police commissioner or the chief of police. Let's see. Well, first I'm going to start with their arresting officer. I'm going to start with them first. Let's see. But they might not have a bond, so I should just do the commissioner. So let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Alex Villanueva, is that it? I think that's it. Alright, let's do a little research to be sure who the sheriff commissioner is. Los Angeles. I'm sure it's from Los Angeles. Probably should use Google's first. So let's try Yahoo. Sheriff Commissioner. Alright, Yahoo. Tell me who it is. Well, let me take out some question. Who is Los Angeles Sheriff Commissioner? Question mark. James McDowell. Okay, Alex Villanueva. Alexander Villanueva is an American law enforcement official who is the sheriff of Los Angeles County, California. Okay. He completed against 32nd Annual Sheriff's Zone in 2018. Before becoming sheriff, he was a sheriff lieutenant. He's a Democrat. All right. Alex Villanueva. The bond principle. I'm gonna get the oath of offices for all of them. So principle. So I'll do one of these for all of them. All of the officers, the captain that sent them on the street, the sergeant that came and vouched for him, chief of police, all of them. Sheriff commissioner, sheriff. Let's see, who's that? 45 is proof. That Alex Villanueva, the bond principal, hereinafter referred to as the principal. was at and before filing the filing of this proof of claim and still is justly and truly indebted to claimant in the sum of okay, let's see how much. We got to go back to our affidavit. Okay, here's the affidavit, and I gotta put more stuff in here like perjury and conspiracy. All right, so they owe us 32,521,739 in silver coins. Okay. $32,521,739.13. And let's multiply it times the price of silver, which is let me see. Silver is $15.68 per ounce. Wait. Okay. I'm gonna double check on how to multiply that times the price of silver. But 32,521. And that comes from, first of all, whenever they don't respond to this affidavit, then I'll be in default. And I will add that with this. So we got 2 million failure to Failure to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. $2 million per count per violation, so that's 2 million. Failure to respond, that's 2 million. Default by non-response or incomplete response, that's 2 million. Dishonor and commerce, that's 2 million. Obstruction of justice, that's 2 million. Abuse of authority, that's 2 million. Denial of due process, that's 2 million. Extortion, that's 2 million. Unlawful arrest, that's 2 million. Trespass, that's 2 million. Conspiracy to defraud, that's 2 million. Racketeering, that's 2 million. False imprisonment, that's 2 million. Abuse of power, that's 2 million. Abuse of process, that's 2 million. Coercion, that's 2 million. Uh, and there's some more that need to go on here. So I'll work on that. All right, 30, approximately 32 million. Uh, the basis of my claim is that the principal okay. Let's see. How should I write this? Let me see. Did allow did allow the violation of my First and Fifth Amendment rights, including invasion of liberty and invasion of property. The date on which I suffered the above, and I should put C attached affidavit right there. Um, that date on which I suffered the above described loss was, let's see what the date. There's a lot of dates, so I just picked one. Let's see, November 22nd, 2018. I remember that one. Put me in a lot of pain that day. It lasted for a few days. Let's see, that claimant has satisfied in full all of its obligations to the principal, including complying with all some of these YouTubers are outrageous. One thing I know about YouTube, a lot of trolls. Most of those trolls work for three letters, believe it or not. So when there's information that's true and accurate, that's not being disseminated by a troll, the usurper, or the agent of, they become targets. So, you nobles that are in honor, you should take notice. You see, the trolls, they can't beat you, they just draw you. So now we have a crowd of uh, sovereignty selling, marketing and selling sovereignty on YouTube. I just don't see the need to market and sell sovereignty unless it's either all you know how to do, you're a weirdo, or you're an agent. One of those, probably some more stuff. Complying with all contracts or purchase orders. And it's so interesting that I heard someone say, well, if you turn yourself into a Moor, the only way you're gonna make money is by selling people the same thing you did. It's like, wow. So they're basically saying that once you claim your heritage, then the only way you can make money is by selling other people the idea of claiming their heritage. And that's exactly what's happening. You see, once I declare my heritage, the last thing I want to do is sell someone else their heritage. I'm not a weirdo, nor do I desire to be a weirdo. See, to whom much is given, much is required. See, declaring my heritage, it only enhances the commerce that I was doing already. So if you have not uh, acclimated yourself to the level of that you have some type of business skills going on before you claim your heritage, then remember, selling others their heritage is dishonorable. There's a story in Yeshua, and there were some villagers, and the villagers were working so hard, and they were suffering, and they were unhappy, and they were sad, and their spirits were nearly broken. And the master saw that, and Yeshua he said, why are you so sad? I see that you come and you work so hard, but yet you are so sad. And the people said, it's what we must do. We have no other way. If we don't work, we won't eat. And the master said, that might be so, yet one's work should make one joyful. One's work should make one vibrant, full of joy, full of life, full of honor. And the villagers, they had never heard this before. So you know what they said? They said, show us how to do this, master. They asked. That's all they did was ask. And you know what happened? He showed them. See, you wear y'all wearing those hats on your head. You need to be wearing your square, your axe, and your compass. Connection, contracts or purchase. All right, see, that date on which I suffered the above described loss was November 22nd, 2018. That claimant was satisfied in full of its obligations to the principal, including complying with all contracts or purchase orders between claimant and when I think about it, and the story where Esau's brother had been given guidance by his mother to play a trick on his brother. His mother said, "Go and sell your brother his heritage." It could be possible that she wanted to know who was the wisest of her son, because the law says he who is wisest is king. And her husband was growing blind and old and soon needed an heir. And being that he had multiple wives, she wanted her son to be king. That was a dishonorable thing he did. Yet, it's an important story of our history, our ancestors. That claimant has satisfied in full all of its obligations to the principal, including complying with all contracts or purchase orders between claimant and the principal. The story is important because obviously Esau did not study. All he cared about was hunting for resources, food, for material. He didn't know that he was the heir to the account that his father would leave. The blessing of the father, they called it. The blessing of the firstborn. Claimant and the principal, claimant and the principal and the claimant has satisfied Okay, go back. That date on which I suffered the above described loss was November 22nd, 2000. Now I'll start from the beginning. Affidavit of proof of claim, miscellaneous bonds, California Republic, Los Angeles, California. We, Kenneth Juanes, being duly sworn, deposes and says that I am the claimant here making claim under bond number, claim number, and that I live at the following address. That Alex Villanueva, the bond principal hereinafter referred to as the principal, was, and before the filing of this proof of claim, and still is justly and truly indebted to claimant in the sum of 32,521. The basis of my claim is that the principal did allow the violation of my First and Fifth Amendment rights, including invasion of liberty and invasion of property. See attached affidavit. That date on which I suffered the above described loss was November 22nd, 2018. That claimant has satisfied in full all of its obligations to the principal, including complying with all contracts or purchase orders between claimant and the principal, and the claimant has satisfied in full all claims for labor, materials, supplies, and or other things of value purchased, furnished, fabricated, or supplied by it in connection with any contract, contract or purchase order with the principal. Yeah, because if Esau had a study, there's no way his brother could have stolen his birthright. I would argue. You see, and what is the secret of that story? Well, let me see. Because that is what a parable is. A parable is a disclosure in the spirit of the letter. There is always type and shadow. Even though the firstborn has claim to the inheritance, it was the younger brother who stayed close to the father. It was the younger brother who attained the wisdom of the estate, the knowledge of the estate, before the older brother. So that tells us stay close to our Creator, stay close to our Father. Get those secrets while we're young that we're supposed to have when we're old, so that no one might deceive us, not even our own brother. or mother. Whatsoever for said that there are no set offs, counterclaims, back charges, or other credits due to the principal against said claim, and that the claimant is not indebted to the principal on this or any other account, and that the claimant does not hold any note or security of any kind whatsoever for said debt. Um, that this affidavit is made in support of the above described claim against and for the purpose of inducing. Then I'm gonna right there. I'm gonna put the name of the insurance company as surety for the said principal to pay said claim under the bond which it executed as surety for said principal. So this is the insurance company that um, is responsible for the surety bond, and we'll get that information once we get back our demand for proof of oath of office and subscribe bond. Subscribed and sworn to before me this day, time, and notarize it. Secretary stated. So once I get all these stuff typed up, I'll show you guys and gals when I mail it and get it back and everything and everything. We'll see everything together. Ashe. Peace and love. Life forever.